Welcome back. As Austin continues its rapid growth, available housing to meet the demand is a growing concern. KXAN and Leadership Austin are teaming up for another Engage Breakfast panel discussion to tackle the issue this Wednesday at the Long Center. Joining me today is Paul Hilgers. He's the president of the Austin Board of Realtors. Paul, thank you so much for being here today. It is a crazy time in the real estate market.
It is a crazy time, and thank you very much for having me on, and thanks for KXAN for co-sponsoring this important event to talk about the issues of housing. It is wild and woolly out there in the real estate market.
Yeah, how would you describe it?
Well, it's hotter than it's been since probably 1983, and the foreseeable future shows that the prices are just going to continue to go up. Obviously, supply and the lack of supply is our big issue.
Right.
You know, we have about 10,000 realtors out there, almost 9,000, a little over 9,000 realtors that we represent, and their job is to help people with the full transaction. And when the market is this hot, you've got multiple offers on the same house at any given point in time, so it makes it quite a challenge.
We have so many people that are moving here every day. You know, how do we address some of these challenges to where there is housing to meet people's needs, you know, depending on their income and situation? Well,
obviously that's one of the things we'll talk about on Wednesday morning. Because it's a very complex problem with a lot of different potential solutions. But primarily the things we want to focus on are streamlining the development process in a way that protects the neighborhoods, protects the environment, but also provides certainty to the developers in this town so they know that they can, when they get started with a development, they can get through fairly as quickly as possible, because it's very costly to go through that process. The inventory takes a lot of time to create. And so we have the Land Development Code coming up. We have Imagine Austin that we've just finished. And so there's a lot of work that this community does to talk about the need for housing. And now the primary focus of this community should be on the Land Development Code and the rewrite of that code to make it more simple, more easily understandable, and more streamlined for the development community to build that housing that we need.
Yeah, so we've got the development side of things, you've got the consumer side of things. I mean, we were just talking during the break, you know, you put your house on the market, sometimes you get 10 offers, you know, that day.
It is really different than it used to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have had we have literally 22% increase or decrease in the inventory of housing since this time last year. And so when people are putting their house on the market, they do not have long before somebody calls them and says, "I'll pay you more than you're offering for your house," because the demand is so hot out there.
Paul Hilgers, the president of the Austin Board of Realtors, will be one of the industry leaders on this panel discussion. Once again, the breakfast starts at 7:30 this Wednesday morning at the Long Center. Our Leslie Rohde will moderate the discussion, but certainly a hot topic as we try to provide available and affordable housing to people in our community.
Well, thanks very much for having me, Brian.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul.